Everyone wondered how far $300,000 can stretch you in Michigan's housing market. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, relocating, or just curious, today we're diving into what 300K can get you in 5 different Michigan cities, from bustling suburbs to charming towns. Let's explore the options. Let's be honest, $300,000 doesn't stretch quite like it used to, especially in today's housing market where interest rates are doing the cha-cha and home prices seem to be doing their own version of the Michigan two-step. But if you've got $300K and you're thinking about buying a home in Metro Detroit, the good news is you still have some great options. You just need to know where to look. So in this video, we're diving into 5 cities around Metro Detroit to show you exactly what $300,000 can get you today. But keep in mind, it's not places where you can stretch your dollar the furthest, and trust me, you're gonna be surprised by the variety. First up, Royal Oak. Now, if you're from out of state, think of Royal Oak as the trendy cousin who has great taste in coffee and always knows where the live music is. It's walkable, lively, and people love the downtown vibe, but it comes at a price. This graph provided by the MLS shows, as of March 2025, the median home value in Royal Oak, which is in green, sits around $349,450, with the median sale price in the entire MLS as a whole in blue sitting around $265,000. So if you're working with 300K, you're likely looking at a little 2 to 3 bedroom bungalow or ranch, probably somewhere between 900 to 1200 square feet. These homes often come with a bit of character and maybe a few squeaky floorboards, but they've got curb appeal. And if you're lucky, an updated kitchen or a finished basement too. It's tight, but doable, especially if you're okay with a smaller yard and a little vintage charm. Just to give you some more perspective, I'll show you 2 homes right around $300,000 in Royal Oak, Michigan. This first home was listed for $325,000 and ultimately sold for $300,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2 full bath brick ranch with 1833 total finished square feet, a 1-car garage situated on 0.10 acres and built in 1955. Fully fenced in yard, needs some updating, but this is a pretty typical property in Royal Oak for this price tag. Home number 2 is a home that was listed at $284,000 and sold for $300,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom ranch with aluminum siding, a 1.5-car garage, 1,079 square feet with an unfinished basement, situated on 0.10 acres, built in 1953 and remodeled in 2024. Again with the fenced-in yard, and this is a good example of what a flipped Royal Oak home looks like. Next on the list, we have number 2, and that's Livonia. This is the solid, reliable friend you can count on. Great schools, safe neighborhoods, and tons of parks. This graph shows the median home price in Livonia in green, sitting at around $302,750. And of course, the whole MLS is in blue again. You're looking at a 3 to 4 bedroom brick ranch or colonial, most likely in the 1,200 to 1,800 square foot range. Many of these homes are move-in ready, have a 2-car garage, and sit on a good-sized lot. It's not flashy, but it's comfortable, it's clean, and a great choice for families or anyone who wants a solid investment in a classic suburb. To give you some more perspective on that, the first home was listed at $299,900 and sold for $300,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5-bathroom brick ranch with 2,226 finished square feet, a 2-car garage situated on 0.19 acres, built in 1954 and updated in 2024. This red brick and floor plan is a very common one for Livonia and the surrounding areas like Garden City and Westland too. These homes were popping up by the hundreds in the 50s and definitely aren't built like they used to be. They're practically indestructible. Home number 2 was listed at $319,900 and sold for $300,000. This is a 4-bedroom, 1.5-bathroom brick ranch with 1,985 finished square feet, situated on 0.15 acres with a 2-car garage, and again, built in 1954. Another good example of what some renovations can do to these 50s ranches. Moving along to city number 3 on the list, we have Ferndale, the artsy, quirky sibling of Royal Oak. Ferndale is full of personality. It's got colorful murals, independent coffee shops, and this graph shows the median home price in Ferndale sitting right at $260,000, which almost falls right in line with the average of the whole MLS. So that 300K budget gives you a little bit more breathing room too. You'll find 2 to 3 bedroom bungalows with unique layouts and just the right amount of odd charm. Some are totally updated, some need a little more elbow grease, but most are walking distance to 9 Mile Road and the downtown scene too. It's a great spot for anyone who appreciates a city with some character. To throw some perspective at you, home number 1 is sitting at $299,000 and is a 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom bungalow with 1,192 finished square feet, situated on 0.10 acres with a 1.5 car garage, built in 1952 and updated in 2025. This is a good example of what a flipped bungalow looks like in Ferndale. These type of homes are very common in the Ferndale and Royal Oak areas, where you go upstairs and you have the angled ceilings and usually a little cubby for another room. And I've never really been a huge fan of bungalows because sometimes it's not the most usable space, and if you're tall, you're walking kind of sideways through the rooms, and you have these little compartments or closets that access the attic from the side, and it's just not the best storage space, but a lot of people love them. Home number 2 was listed for $299,900 and sold for $300,000. This is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom bungalow with 1,558 total finished square feet, a 1.5 car garage situated on 0.11 acres and built in 1942 and updated in 2020. Not a whole lot of pictures, but something we can always appreciate are the archways from room to room. Now, let's head northwest to city number 4, and that's Fenton. This one's a bit of a curveball for some people because it's not always top of mind, but it should be. Fenton is that hidden gem with a beautiful downtown, tons of lakes nearby, and a really laid-back atmosphere overall. This graph shows the median home value in Fenton sitting at $262,000, so that 300K budget can definitely work here. You'll be able to snag a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, probably in the 1,500 to 2,000 square foot range. You might even luck out with a newer build or lake privileges nearby too. It's kind of the place where you can get space, a yard, and still be close to restaurants, shopping, and that northern Michigan feel without actually going up north. Just to throw some more perspective at you, home number 1 actually sold for $275,000 and is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom tri-level on a corner lot with 0.21 acres, a 2-car garage, and was built in 1984. Nicely updated as a blank canvas for new owners. Split-level homes are hit or miss, I'd say. Some people love them, some people can't stand them, and I think it really depends on where you're at in your life. A smaller family might be okay, but once that family starts growing, you can start to notice the bursting at the seams situation. What are your thoughts, everybody, on split-level houses? Do you like the separation, or do you want something a little bit more open? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Home number 2, on the other hand, sold for $299,000 and is actually a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom condo with 1,653 finished square feet with a 2-car garage and built in 2008 with an HOA fee of $250 a month. A good option for some maintenance-free living once you slap on a new coat of paint and maybe some carpet if it needs it. Last but not least, we have city number 5, Howell. Howell has been growing like crazy in recent years, and for some good reason. It's got a walkable and a number 1 ranked downtown, great community events, and a strong sense of small town charm. This graph shows the median home price in Howell, and it's right at $300,000, which puts you right in the sweet spot. At $300K, you're likely looking at a 3 to 4 bedroom home, again in the 1,500 to 2,000 square foot range. You'll probably find something with a decent yard, a garage, and maybe even a few nice upgrades too. It's ideal for anybody looking to settle down somewhere with a little bit more space to breathe, to say the least. Throwing some perspective at you one last time, we have home number 1. It sold for $272,500 and has 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It's a tri-level home with 1,606 finished square feet, situated on 0.19 acres with no garage and built in 1989. It also has some lake privileges, which is a nice touch too. Home number 2, we have a home that was listed at $299,999 and sold for $285,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom ranch with 1,240 square feet with a 2-car garage situated on 0.25 acres and built in 1955. Each of these 5 cities brings something unique to the table when it comes to what 300K can buy in Metro Detroit. Livonia stands out with its dependable, no-nonsense homes. We're talking solid brick ranches and are built like tanks and have stood the test of time. It's the kind of place where you know your home will probably outlive your snowblower. Meanwhile, in Fenton, your dollar stretches further. You get more space, bigger yards, and even a shot at some water privileges too. It's a definition of laid back. On the other hand, Ferndale and Royal Oak bring that tight-knit bungalow-style living that trades square footage for style, walkability, and personality. You're not buying the biggest house on the block. You're buying into a lifestyle with downtown scenes, front porch hangs, and local vibes for days. And then Howell rounds it all out with a classic small town meets growth feel, offering space to spread out without totally disconnecting from the action, whether you prioritize home size, character, amenities, or just want a house with enough yard to play fetch and still park your car. 300K in Michigan gives you actually a whole lot of choices, and that kind of flexibility is rare in today's market, but it's also a very competitive price point, and making sure you're set up to get your offer actually accepted is important. So be sure to get your hands on my free guide in the description to go over ways that I help my clients do just that. Okay, so what city on this list would you live in, have you lived in, and for why with that 300K budget? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you're thinking about moving to Michigan in one day or a gazillion, feel free to reach out anytime. I also have a link to the Living in Michigan newsletter to give you insight on all things Michigan, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss out. Thanks for watching. Until next time.